And I remember one time we fell behind on some of our discharge summaries in the hospital. You have to have those completed in a timely fashion. And Gerard came up to us about 7 o'clock at night. And normally back then we admitted everybody. It's a funny story. I finished that residency in 1986, and outpatient surgery really became popular in 1985. And I remember when it first happened, we thought, oh my God, you're going to kill these people. You're going to send them home the same day you do surgery on them. And, we admitted everybody back then. So we had at times we had 50 or 60 people in the hospital from foot surgery. And so anyway, Gerard came up to us about 7 o'clock one evening when we were behind in these discharge summaries. And he said, when do you guys think you might be done tonight? And we said, well, we got this and that to do. We got to still do rounds. We got a couple more H&Ps to do, probably 10 or 11. And he said, okay, so you think you could meet me at my apartment at 11 o'clock? And we said, sure. So we met him at around 11:15. He opened the door, and you could smell the Chinese food right away. He made us a big feast, and he and Jeff Bober were there. We sat down. They said, come on in. And they gave us a beer, and we're eating Chinese food. We got done, and they said, you guys feel pretty good now? And we said, yes, sir. And he said, well, you're way behind in discharge summaries. So tonight you're going back to the hospital, and you're going to finish all the discharge summaries before dawn. And I remember we finished about 5:15 in the morning, and we had to be at the hospital anyway at 5:30. So in essence, we didn't sleep that night. But he was an intense person, but at the same token, he scrubbed everything. And I think it's something that anybody who's in a residency can really take to heart. If you're in our model today, a 3-year program, mine was a 3-year program back in the day. And if you're a 3rd-year resident, or even more, a 4th-year resident, or even a fellow, and you're working with lesser residents, like a 1st year or 2nd year, it certainly should be something where you can become a teacher. You should be in the operating room teaching those 1st and 2nd year residents, along with the attending surgeon. I think that's something that Gerard really dwelled on, that in many programs we've gotten away from, where the 3rd year or the 4th year or the fellow just goes in for their case. And if it's a 1st year case, they're off doing something else. And I think there's a lot lost there. I think everybody should scrub every case